Hello my family, how are you doing? I hope your week is full of new discoveries and positive forward movement. I'm here today speaking about how the progress we make is always going to be challenged by the rearing of the things that we may think are not an issue for us anymore. We may have overcome them and moved on from them. But in its true universal way, it's going to feel periodically like you're being tested or the growth you've made is being called into question by the universe. I have been experiencing this as of late, and the irony is it tends to happen soon after I've received a really good blessing or a reward and are feeling grateful, excited about what's to come. One might say it's just the polarity of our experience on Mother Earth playing out. You know, the polar opposites, good versus evil, hot being the opposite of cold, that kind of thing. But, there's always a but, how do we stop ourselves from letting the ego take over and run off on a tangent, creating all types of illusions and scenarios in our mind that might suggest that we are getting disrespected or being aggravated and incensed by other people's behaviour? How do we stop the ego from throwing its dummy out of the pram and clouding our judgment? I mean, this thing called self-development isn't always easy, and depending on your culture, you may excuse your own reactions by citing the dark forces are the culprit for your own behaviour or even for other people's behaviour, which might make you think you're gonna get a free pass on whatever reactionary outburst you may choose. However, we can't keep using up all our passes when we get vexed, because in fact, we do not get a free pass, and will therefore incur our own karmic retribution from the universe. As I've stated before, the divine is not a man in the sky with his scroll of rights and wrongs. There's no God sitting there saying, yeah, I totally get why she did that, let's give her a pass. Spirit is energy, and energy is also impartial. So it has no preference. It flows in the direction of whatever we put out there. Whatever we believe to be true, it matches the energy and vibration and gives us more of what we give the most energy to. So our burst of anger, for instance, although it might feel justified in the moment, is actually a cause and will inevitably, I can never say that word, inevitably meet its effect in time. I love talking about the challenges I actually face because this stuff is real and I too find them challenging. They aren't one-off occurrences, they require constant monitoring. Especially in my case, there's one particular situation that has been challenging me for years. And although the situation is changing and, you know, the divine stepped in and the divine is doing its thing, I have to remain vigilant that it doesn't pull me back to that former version of myself and bring out that dark empath that I know I can be. But I have to say, with each occasion that I do want to react, there always comes a small voice that quietly reminds me, find a way to soothe yourself. Soothe your nervous system. For me, that voice has saved me from a lot of unsolicited aggravation. And I found it has assisted me to progress beyond my personal emotions. You know, the kind of emotions that will inevitably arise during annoying situations. And because I know this can be challenging at times for most people, and I've read suggestions such as counting to 100 before reacting, or give yourself 24 hours before you respond and things like that. But that's a little bit like another language to me. I'm way too impulsive. I'm working on that. For some, that might be soothing in some shape or fashion. But for me, it has to be something more immediate than that. I could possibly do the counting, but I would say deep breathing for a count of 30 works wonders for me. I also do this other strange thing sometimes. Don't judge me. I sometimes play out the argument that I might be having with someone in my head. I mean, in detail. I always win. It really takes away the impulse to snap a neck or two. I'm only kidding. But this is the biggest thing I have found has been really soothing for me as of late. And I suggest you try it. Before I react, I take stock now and use the time to see if my divine team are trying to share something with me. It's almost like the moment I take a step back, quiet my mind, and listen until I become aware or download whatever they're attempting to share with me, the issue almost seems to sort itself out without me having to get involved. It's as if my higher self distracts me for a period so that it can take over. It really is something that I've found quite magical quite recently. I kid you not. You must try this technique. Try it just before you're about to go over the edge of reason. So tell me, what are the different techniques you use to slow down the momentum of anger or despair? I'm curious. Okay, I will end this one here. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Thank you for your eyes. Thank you for your ears. Please continue to support this channel and allow my North Node quest to be a reality. Bye.